This month, a glowing plant technology actually made the leap from the lab to the real world. Researchers from South China Agricultural University, teaming up with Magicpen Bio, have created over 20 types of plants that literally glow at night. For instance, they've inserted genes from fireflies and glowing fungi into familiar plants like sunflowers, orchids, and chrysanthemums. These plants don't need any electricity at all. Instead, they rely on a natural compound called caffeic acid that's already inside them as their power source. This innovation relies on transferring specific genes responsible for light production from bioluminescent organisms. They took the luciferase gene from fireflies, along with genes from the glowing mushroom Armillaria mellea. Then, they tucked those genes inside the plant cells using Agrobacterium as a natural messenger. As a result, these plants are now able to transform caffeic acid into a steady light without generating any heat at all. The energy source is this organic compound called caffeic acid, which is found in the cell walls of literally all plants. The plant produces this acid naturally while it's building lignin, which is the stuff responsible for making the stem nice and sturdy. For example, every single sunflower has tons of caffeic acid packed into its leaves and stems. Because of this, these glowing plants don't need any extra feeding at all besides sun, water, and air. These plants produce a calm, natural light that stays steady all night long. This glow is totally different from electric bulbs because it doesn't give off any heat or annoying glare. The color of the glow is a cool bluish-green, inspired by those glowing forest fungi. Plus, the brightness ranges from 5 to 10 lux, which is basically like the soft light of a crystal-clear full moon. This month specifically, this technology actually stepped out of the lab and into real-world garden trials. In the city of Beijing, glowing orchids were planted along both sides of pedestrian paths in one of the new suburbs. Meanwhile, in Guangzhou, a public kindergarten was transformed into a totally luminous space using glowing chrysanthemums. To top it off, the city of Shenzhen hosted a pilot exhibition in a high-tech park. The ultimate goal of this ambitious project is to slash energy consumption in major cities. Street and park lighting actually eat up a huge chunk of electricity worldwide. For perspective, lighting a mid-sized public park for just one night can use enough power to run 20 homes for an entire day. If we swap out even a fraction of those lights for glowing plants, we're looking at saving a massive amount of energy. This innovation also aims to cut down on light pollution in big cities. Light pollution actually messes with insects, migratory birds, and even human health. Since the light coming from these plants is so calm and natural, it doesn't cause that annoying sky glow at night. This means glowing plants could eventually replace those harsh, intense lights in residential areas and parks, making everything a bit more peaceful. These plants rely strictly on the sun, water, and natural nutrients in the soil. During the day, photosynthesis kicks in to store up energy, and then at night, the plant taps into those stored caffeic acid molecules to keep the light glowing steadily. For example, a glowing sunflower bush can live and light up for several months without any human help at all. The whole system is completely closed-loop and self-sufficient. It's like nature's own rechargeable battery. That is exactly what makes glowing plants such an eco-friendly alternative to traditional municipal lighting. These plants don't produce any carbon emissions or excess heat at all. Plus, you can say goodbye to routine maintenance, changing light bulbs, or dealing with messy electrical wiring. In the long run, the operating costs are way lower than any conventional lighting system, which fits perfectly with the goals of sustainable green cities. In addition to all that, these glowing spaces have turned into major nighttime tourist hotspots. In Guangzhou, the number of visitors to the park featuring those luminous chrysanthemums jumped by a whopping 40%. Over in Beijing, they've even started organized night tours just to see the glowing sunflowers in action. People have been flocking there to snap photos and get a first-hand look at the incredible biotechnology powering all that natural light. This success has pushed researchers to think about integrating these plants into future smart city projects. For instance, they could link these glowing planters to motion and moisture sensors. Imagine walking by a plant and having its glow subtly brighten as you pass, then dim back down to its natural level. It's like the city is reacting to you. They could also be used as natural markers to guide people along roads and pathways, making the infrastructure feel alive. Work is currently underway to develop brand new varieties of these glowing plants with a whole spectrum of colors. Researchers are working on tweaking the genes to produce soft yellow or red light instead of just that signature bluish green. The goal is to create a full color palette that works for both aesthetics and practical use. Imagine using yellow glowing plants to mark cozy walking paths and red ones for emergency zones or exits. It would be a total game changer for functional landscaping. Global companies are already lining up to take this tech far beyond China. Municipalities in Singapore and the Netherlands have shown serious interest in testing these glowing plants for themselves. It's actually expected that we'll see the first luminous gardens popping up in Europe within the next 2 years. This rapid expansion really goes to show how much the world is craving natural, energy-efficient lighting solutions that actually look cool. Finally, bioluminescent plants represent a practical step toward truly sustainable urban lighting. They bring together biotechnology and nature in a single, self-sufficient system. The trials in Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen have proven that this concept works brilliantly outside the lab. While this tech is still in its early stages, it holds a massive promise for a future where our cities are greener, quieter, and more naturally lit at night.